Yeah, we made it. All right, I'm sorry. What up? Anyone joining? Anyone joining in? What is up, guys? Anyone there? Ooh, 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 ah. Type in the chat. I'm back. Here, let me see real quick. It's official. Okay. Okay. Whew. What? What? We're finally here, guys. We here. We out here. Ow. I just bumped my elbow all super hard. How we doing out here, guys? Is anyone there? What's up? It's good to see you guys. Happy Saturday. Happy weekend. I'm doing my best to be out here with you guys. What up, guys? What up? Is anyone out there today? Is anyone out there today? I'm so stoked, you guys. I just hit 7K subscribers on YouTube. Seven K. We getting it done here. No, I don't. What's in the jar? Yeah, what do you think's in the jar, bro? Here, let me show you real quick. Let me show you. Trying to get a clear shot of it, but it's so hard. There we go. That's not bad. That's pretty good. But yeah, we just out here. Yeah, the rosemary. Rosemary. That's, yeah, exactly. Rosemary. In personal life, I like that comment. That's a good comment. In personal life. I don't know what that means. Brian, what does that mean? But yeah, we trying to fill up that jar, you know? Thanks so much for joining in, guys. Please subscribe. Good to see you out here. Should we put on some background noise? I don't know if I can put on music though, because it'll get, I think my stream will get copyrighted. Should we put on some, what should we put on? What can I put on that I won't get copyright stricken for? Stricken. What is up out there, guys? I got a big, giant, fat one right here that I want to show you. Okay, here we go. I gotta trim it up. I'm still working on it. How you doing out there, guys? I'm just chilling. I'm just chatting and chilling. It's good to see you guys. Thank you for joining me out here. But yeah, here we go. Let me show you this one. This one looks awesome. Here it comes. Oh, damn. Yo, that is so nice. Wow. Do you see that? Anyone out there still? Did you guys see that? Do you want to see it again? I keep gaining a viewer and then losing a viewer. What's up, guys? What? $89,000? I'm not seeing that at all. I'm not fucking even close to that. I don't even know what the hell he's talking about. That's insane. He's talking about average income. 89,000? That seems not accurate. That seems like it could not be possible. 89,000? As an average income? I don't think so. I don't think I can agree with that. I mean, I agree with it in the sense that I think yes, it should be that way, but also, I ain't seeing it. I ain't seeing it.
0% on both sides if it's about that group in Pakistan that split off. So Groundlings has become a valuable tool for me, especially could be that too. And integrity in media. If you want to try Groundlings today, go to groundlings.com/what-you-need to get 40% off of unlimited access to the Yep. So thank you, Groundlings, for sponsoring this video. And now back to why Outrage feels like it's the only option left.
I think we need to.
People are striking back at racism before racism. More aggressive violence and more moral compromise, letting their character erode in the name of defending themselves in this race war. But if this is war, then
I think we will.
is it raising more money for your side, destroying the other person's reputation, or getting them fired? And will any of that actually force the other side to back down? Political voices have trained us to get louder, and we're rewarded for doing so with callousness or cruelty. They tell us that this is the only
Fuck it.
that we try to turn that
I want to watch it, so I'm gonna watch it.
and once it's eliminated, so that way they can
Of course, we could always play like a Mr. Beast video in the background or something.
The more that we take their advice, the worse things get. The more that we scream, the less anyone listens. The more we retaliate,
I think music though would cause me to get a strike.
necessary evil, the more morally confused everyone.
And I know what other things would cause me to get a strike.
Creating new villains. And besides, yelling at
Because guess what? I've learned the hard way now.
in psychology is called psychological reactance, shows how aggressive tactics like shaming or yelling
Here, let me show you this one right here.
Wow, what is aside, screaming and yelling and bullying people doesn't get them to agree with you. I would have never guessed that. What a shock. Not more. So it's crazy, right?
Oh my goodness.
Nobody feels more heard, no one feels more healed, and no one's desiring more peace because the problem isn't just the reaction. It's what we used to feel righteous, what we cling to when we feel unseen. It's about something that I call value makers. See, we've all been distracted by these surface events. But if you've ever thought, why does everything feel so personal now? Well, this is why. We as humans are painfully insecure. We're constantly searching for ways to feel more valuable, whether it's through success, intelligence, fitness. That's why I think
There we go.
politics is so popular. It's because it's personal. Relationships, beliefs, or even morality. The things that we subconsciously depend on to justify our sense of self-worth are what we call values. We all have them, and they're usually good things, but they become dangerous when we treat them as foundational to who we are. We're constantly going to these value makers to tell us what we matter, and the easiest way to feel more valuable without even having to do anything is to look down on others who don't have what you believe makes you valuable. Money or whatever. If you're in shape, you'll feel better about yourself if you choose to look down on those who aren't in shape. Yeah. I'm valuable because I'm on the right team, because I have the truth, because I'm more moral. The right side of history. But when our identity is built on these things, we start seeing others as less because it helps us feel like we're more. And this habit becomes like a drug. We need more and more of it to keep our self-esteem intact. And today, one of the most powerful and fastest growing value makers is our racial or political tribe.
So what's up, guys?
Promises instant meaning, instant moral clarity, and a ready-made enemy to look down on. So it's an easy way to immediately define a problem without having to think about it. And people appreciate that. They like that a lot. No, you like they call it a tribe? No, that's what it is. Yeah, he's totally, yeah, he's completely right. Once you understand that, you start to see how racism
We just chilling? We just chatting?
isn't just about hate. It's about people desperately trying to feel valuable in your tribe. The only problem is when the race of your group becomes your ultimate value maker, every insult to that group feels like a threat to the very foundation of who you are. That's why people
Is it noon yet? It's probably.
it's the logic of
It ain't noon yet.
that can happen to you. Because it feels like they're defending their very identity. Yep. But like virtually every other value maker, seeking comfort in your tribal identity won't make you more secure in who you are, but only more insecure. You'll crumble when your side loses, when you get mocked, when you don't feel the fun. When your identity is built something that fragile, you'll always be on edge. Always defensive. I think that if you build your identity on something that you didn't earn, you're always going to have problems and you will have
Meep, meep,
Is
meep,
that
meep.
people that are defining themselves on things that they can't control and they don't have any ownership of. The only people that do that are losers. Losers and retards that don't have anything
Oh
to
my
do.
god.
So they take pride in things that
The
they
only
have no
people that do
control
that are losers and retards, he said.
And today, everyone has a
That's a
voice.
wild statement.
And then look at him. Snowflake. So I hope you can see by now, this isn't about politics or outrage. Fundamentally, it's about displaced identity. And now that we see the real battlefield,
Yeah, guys. Yeah,
this
guys.
guy's talking about it from a Christian angle, and I think he's going to go there, but if he doesn't, I will. I think that people have replaced religion with identity politics and political dogma. And in place of religion, you see people embracing these types of extremist ideals, and they like adhere to them in the same way that people adhere to religion. Finally, stop fighting the wrong war and actually fix the
I
problem.
agree with
How
that
is it that we have values?
wholeheartedly.
Is that they become so foundational to our identity when they were never intended to. They can't fully affirm their self-worth because they were never designed to. And as Christians, out of everyone, we should know this because of the gospel. To know that you truly
The
internalize
gospel.
the gospel, when you can know in your heart that Jesus didn't just die for you, he died for the very people who hate you.
Jesus didn't just die for you, he died for the people who hate you.
Know that you've internalized the gospel, you know that, while also knowing that
That's
you're
wild.
more deserving of salvation.
That's a wild statement.
And if that feels unjust when you look at them, it's because it is. It is unfair for him to offer them salvation. But it's also true when they look at you and believe that it's unfair for him to offer you salvation as well. It's like the prodigal son. You and your worst enemy are radical because you were loved enough for the God of the universe to die for you. And not because you earned it, not because you deserve it, but only because he offered both of you his grace. And this is why the gospel takes away the illusion of self-superiority. If you truly believe in the message of salvation, then how could you possibly look down on the other team or feel superior to them because you found Jesus and you're saved? The truth is, you can't. And that's the kind of value maker that changes everything. It frees you from needing to win the argument just to feel okay. It frees you from the cycle of outrage because your value isn't up for debate anymore. I think this is a like religion is like one component, and like if religion works for him, I think that's really good and that's great for him, right? I know a lot of people that religion is an ordering force in their life and it improves their life, but I think it's like just a general kind of trend towards like cultural nihilism and the degree where
Should we?
people simply don't have any form of identity other than what they make up for themselves. And people have been divorced from like the tradition of their culture. They've been divorced from the religion of their culture. And they're kind of treated as this interchangeable business unit of
Oh, well, you can
like,
just
of a
see it.
commodity. And I think that that's just not what people are. Yeah, no, I'm saying we're gonna be a great guy. Yeah, killing
I don't know.
digital on calendar. Well, there's obviously, I mean, like the thing is that I mean, you can look at any value system. Like you're going to have people that take it to an extreme and are crazy. You don't have to defend your race like your worth depends on it. You don't have to drag the other side down just to lift yourself up. Your identity is no longer built on the tribe. It's built on the cross. So yes, fight for justice, but don't fight like the world. Don't cling to your tribe like it's your salvation. It's not. This whole world and all of these worldly titles cause division are fading away. Jesus didn't die to save your race. He died to save your soul. I mean, this is religion, but I think the real problem is the government. The government not adhering to the law and not enforcing the law accurately and treating people fairly is what causes these race wars. That's what really causes it to happen. Because I mean, the fact is, like, religion helps, but I mean, I'm pretty sure a lot of people in like the Middle East, for example, are religious and they've been fighting each other forever. So like, it's not like religion solves the problem of like war, right? Because in a lot of cases, there's the spiritual and then there's the material. Where like a lot of these like wars that are fought on spiritual grounds are also about land. Speak the truth. You see what I'm saying? Do it from a place of peace, not panic. From grace, not ego. From a secure identity, not a fragile one. Because in Christ, you're fully known and fully loved. You were worth dying for, not because you have the God.
Yeah,
Because of
we doing it.
and when that's your foundation, you can finally stop fighting for your value because it was already secured with the cross. Hey, thanks.
That's what I've always felt like with me, right? Is that's why I don't really like I don't spend a lot of time like people like insult me or like they'll get mad at me or like be hostile to me. Is that like I don't really think that it matters what those people say because like my own personal value is what really matters the most. And so like if I'm happy with what I'm doing and I'm satisfied with what I'm doing, then other people's perspective on it doesn't really make a difference. You can't compare Muslims to Christians. Of course, there's a war in the Middle East. Well, I mean, Christians have found ways to kill each other too, right? I mean, like Muslims don't have a monopoly on being crazy. Christians, we've done that ourselves too. Like, I mean, I don't like, and that's the problem, right? I mean, just it's again, it's the dishonesty. That's the big issue.
I'm making this video. It really does mean a lot and it helps us in the hour. Now, if this video shook you, even just a little, it's because we're not just dealing with headlines, we're dealing with spiritual deception dressed as tribal loyalty. We make videos like this.
Whew, sorry, guys.
But creating this content takes hours of research, writing, editing, and planning. Right now, I'm doing most of it myself. To keep up with what's happening in the world, to go deeper without compromising truth or quality, I'm working to hire my first full-time member to help carry the load. So if you ever watched one of these videos and thought,
Yeah,
man,
good for
I'm for me to hear this, supporting on Patreon is one of the most impactful ways that you can help make that happen. And if that's something that you want to help build, not just support, then I want to invite you to join me on Patreon. The link is down below in the description, and it really does help more than you probably realize. All right? So thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
I think one thing if you ever sees this is one really insightful and helpful thing for me is having this group community, and that way I can have like a group of people that will like send things to me and give me insights that I wouldn't have naturally seen. And I think that definitely like if you have one person, that's good. But like for example, like we have so many people, like we have like for example a mob that was in Serbia, and so like when they had this Serbian protests, like we got to hear it straight from the horse's mouth, right? Like effectively, there's the free jam. That was free jam, right? And so there's the video. Give it a like, and I feel like I mean that's one thing that helped me out a lot. And this channel, it's got 500,000 subs, and this video is doing pretty well. Give it a like, give them a sub. I think this is good. And overall, I feel like there's a lot of ways. Like I mean, the thing is like religion isn't going to be like the solution for everybody. I don't think. And I think that a lot of people, especially like kind of like people that have like my inclination, religion is like kind of it's a pretty tough pill to swallow. But I think that you can come to these same conclusions with like non-religious means, but it's harder to do. And I think that unless you really believe in it, the foundation for it is a lot more shaky. So yeah. Is it helpful in this situation? Yeah, I think so. And I'll go back and I'll look at this. I'll read some of these comments here and then we'll talk about it. Because yeah, I mean, I have a lot of opinions about this. Of course I do, right? No one chooses what their parents are, what name they're born, their color, their skin, but they do choose how they act in life and the principles they stand by. Yeah, and that's why it's important to make sure that you focus on that, and that's what really matters about you, not anything else. But overall, how hard is it to live by causing no harm to others? It's actually very hard to do because there are oftentimes scarce resources. The root of all evil is not money, it's scarcity. Every single bad thing in the world is tied to scarcity. And so if you had a post-scarcity world, like theoretically, you would nearly eradicate all types of bad behavior. Well, like greed, well, no, but
I hear buzzing.
greed and envy.
I hear buzzing. I'm losing my mind.
You're greedy because you want a lot of things, because the amount of things that you have is contextualized.
Oh, there's buzzing.
Scarcity is what contextualizes it.
That's a big old thing.
Scarcity is
I don't want to let that live. I cannot let you live.
Well, the thing is that, like, I think that's the way that most normal guys think. And I unironically think this is
Oh, it's a bee,
maybe
though.
this is crazy. But
Yes,
I
please
probably
go
have,
back
like, if
outside.
you had an Asmongold, like, fucking community meetup, and, like, everybody submitted their photos,
Ouch.
I can almost guarantee you that. And like, I mean, at least among guys, right? We don't have a lot of girls that watch, okay? But like among guys, we absolutely do. And the reason why is because, yeah, except women. Yeah, there's no women though. No women are not allowed. No girls allowed. But besides the sausage fest, yeah, definitely. AAA is in trouble. Now this is a video a lot of people want me to watch.
I'm gonna capture this bee because it's a honey bee.
Thank God.
We got a honey bee in my home.
Fuck them.
Welcome back, everyone. Today's video is a cool publish This is one of those things that can have true impact. So let me explain. What just happened in Europe?
Sorry, I'm so loud.
Rules and premium currency in games. Of course, that's the whole Ubisoft and CD Projekt.
Sorry, it's a little bit too quiet.
ICE, Remedy, and so many other companies. And make no mistake, the new rules that they have just laid out could change gaming utterly. Actually
Thank
change
God.
games that you play. So you know those bundles where you've got to buy more currency than the item that you want costs? Or perhaps the idea of
Bro, yeah, there it is. Jesus. Which game is this again? I'm trying to remember. Oh, is this Star Rail? Yeah.
limited time events, of no refunds and digital purchases. These are all being fought against by legislators. And when the EU takes action,
Okay, it turns out I didn't have to. I didn't have to take it out.
Europe is a very big audience.
It just left on its own.
For something, it will change the way games are designed. And I think if other countries follow suit, that will again change the way the games are designed. Because games need to hit those mainstream Western markets because that's where the most money is. Yeah, the country of Europe.
Lots to talk about. Scrapping this one, but actually, mostly free.
Yeah, it's great.
Standardized phone charger situation.
Yeah, I make a lot of memes about Europe having like silly speech rules, but they really get it right with a lot of these consumer protection laws. Like it's the same as anything, right? Is you're gonna have positives and negatives. They really nail it with consumer protections.
The ability to play ROMs on the iPhone. But now we seem to have a EU legislation that backs up currency being present. So here's what went on. In September 2024,
Throwing things away. Oh wait, I need this.
targeting all practices online and make using digital services miserable. And in particular, it
Oh, actually, no, I don't.
video games as well as the
No, I don't.
Remember, like in Diablo 4, when the game came out, and every single console would default your button move to automatically redeem your battle pass, and there wasn't even a confirmation screen.
strong arm money out of people. Obviously,
That's
this
right.
especially applying to people who are not yet adults. This is very great because
Okay.
games
I'm back.
Online games funding in 2018 represented 74% of turn.
Call me Charlotte the way this web's been speaking to me. I cannot quit watching Pokemon TCG degeneracy videos. The community
All right, we back.
horrible state right now.
Also, the bee is still here.
Entertained. Just watching the greasiest, goofiest, geekiest losers try and squeeze a couple of nickels out of children's lunch money by scamming, scalping, whatever low business practices they can think of for Pokemon cards. And other practices, they're not even actually scamming kids, they're scamming each other. Like, scalpers are just perpetually fighting each other. It's just noise out there. Every time a Pokemon vending machine gets restocked, you can bet your sweet Timmy there are going to be corpses lining that sidewalk, fucking slip throats out the wazoo. But not everyone in the community is a scammer, obviously.
Where'd you go?
And not everyone on Whatnot platform we talked about a week or so ago, where people go there, they host their own auctions and sell cars
B?
and shit like that. Not everyone is on there scamming. There's a lot of them. There. But today we're gonna mix it up a little bit. I'm not going
Buzz, buzz, buzz.
scam. I'm going over pathetic crash out. I don't know if this channel scams or anything. I don't know anything about them other than their incredible crash outs that they frequently do on the platform publicly in front of.
Is that a bee or a wasp?
What do we do? Tell me, what do we do? Tell me, what do we do? Tell them, what do we do?
That's a bee. That's a
What do
honey.
we do? If I run anything, I lose money, Stubby. How do I fucking do this?
Come on.
Bro, okay, so I can go get fucking $4 on a seller crowd?
Come on.
Yeah, because they don't want seller crowd? Yeah, you guys kind of lost there? Bro, what, 51 Japanese homes?
That's just so sad. Just out here groveling. Like, come on, guys, let's lock in. Look, he's losing money. What are you guys doing? We gotta lock in. We have to support this guy. He's working real hard for you. Look at all the blood, sweat, and tears he puts into the gathering of
Where'd you
Pokemon packs. You know how difficult it is to scout Pokemon packs? Like, guys, we have to reward this. Can we get the bids going? Can we get some fucking bids in here? Chat, anybody?
Like, remember when we had 18,000 people on TikTok? And nobody was in? It's fucking hilarious. It's actually crazy how
I'm trying to catch a bee in my house.
crazy, bro.
Watch me as I try to catch this bee.
So funny, bro. This app is so toxic, bro. So fucking toxic, bro.
And you sound like a
Where did he go?
sunshine there, big guy.
Where did he go? Where did he go?
Just to see if I can catch a crash
Where did he
outside,
go?
a little shiny
Where did he go?
for me to enjoy. But I didn't get less than
Where did he go? Where did he go?
So I didn't get to witness.
Where did he go?
Basically, he's all heated and bent out of shape. His butt's all sore because
He's around here somewhere.
1,000 people watching him. There was no one criticizing him. But on one of he has 60 people that are in the chat, being here, like participating, and they're giving him some shit. Well, far be it for me to question the matter.
What the hell?
But on TikTok, those aren't real viewers.
Where did he go?
Those numbers mean nothing. You could have 18.
Where did he go?
Like 4 people chatting, I would imagine.
Where did he go?
They're just like idly
Where did he
scrolling,
go?
landed on you. That is
Where
the worst
did
place
he
to be.
go?
The reason no one was insulting you there and shooting spitballs is because they weren't even looking at you. They were
Now we
just-
have to just wait for him to start buzzing again.
You can just throw that in the trash. The 60 people here are active, and they weren't liking this.
Talking about saving $2.
I found a ladybug.
Holy shit. Wrong copy.
I found a ladybug. It's dead though.
No wonder you're on here for free.
That's fucked up.
I'll lose my mind over this shit, man.
Where
The
did
fact
he
that
go?
I'm like, what I want-
Where did he go?
Crazy.
Where did he go?
One-
Where did he go? Where did he go?
Crazy, bro.
Imagine saying that without naivety and shame.
Yum,
You know,
yum.
$2
Yum.
hobby.
Yum, 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 yum.
Pokemon. You know how many men I've had to jerk off in the public bathrooms near the glory holes in order to secure some fucking prismatic evolution facts? You haven't struggled like I've struggled. Dude's out here talking wacky like he's the Tony Soprano of Pokemon ripping and shipping. It's so cringe, man. Look,
I don't even know.
You are ripping Pokemon packs on whatnot.
There's no way.
This guy would fucking stink about.
There's no way to find him.
Money on this stuff, which is pretty much impossible because there's fucking losers like this guy dominating it by controlling all of the supply. So that
We're
people are
back.
getting desperate enough to go
Ugh.
whatnot for streams like this and bid on.
Is anyone there?
Have a very good chance of being tampered with.
Type in the chat if you're there. There's something that smells really good outside.
So much resealing, so much weighing, so much.
It smells like barbecue.
Understand that? If I charge 19, I can have 7. And that is literally the transparency that you guys deserve. You know what I mean? When I sell for 9, and I take the 15, and then I get back to 7, I lose $7.50. Fine, I don't need to lie, bro. I do this fucking every night, little boy. Okay? I don't need to lie. Do this every night. Why would I bitch if I got it in the lower? And why would I put my right hand up? Just fucking think for a second. Little boys.
He says that to people a lot, calling them little boys. The way he says that is just like skin crawling. It's so fucking peculiar. But I mean, checkmate. Why would he put his right hand to God? He's got you there. He puts you in the scholar's main position there. He's telling the truth clearly. We have to take him at his word. He seems like a trustworthy enough guy. He seems, sane. No screws loose there in that noodle.
You ain't even got money to swipe. Shut up. Like, fuck. He ain't got money. You ain't got money. Let's go.
The way he said that sounded almost identical to Wes Watson if he was hitting puberty. Like, that was the exact same inflection and everything there. And the same exact attitude as well. Something I find fascinating though is some of the comments in the chat saying he has no reason to lie or just calling anyone that
What up,
talks
guys?
about him negatively a hater as opposed to like talking about like a criticism or whatever. I find that so
The bee is gone.
he has every reason in the world to lie. What do you mean he has no
I
reason
hope.
to? What, you expect him to be like, yeah, I actually make like $10 off you goobers every single night on every single pack that I sell. You overpay for everything I put in your face. All of you are overpaying. You are my little pig piggies. You are Play-Doh in the palm of my hands, and I work you for my financial gain. You think he's just gonna say that? No. He's obviously gonna try and make it seem like he's doing you a favor. Like, look, I'm such a martyr. I'm such a noble, good guy. I'm trying to give Pokemon power to the people here. I'm losing this money on these packs at this price. But I do it for the love of the game. This is mind-boggling to me that someone with a straight face would actually type that he has no reason to lie. That is like delusional to a disgusting degree. Now, I'm not saying he is lying. Maybe he is telling the truth. I have no way of knowing. But he has every incentive in the world to be dishonest with his pricing here and what he takes home on what price and this and that.
Ooh.
I'm not. And that's the reason that the market is 20 or more for these packs. You know what it does? Is distribution says, who has more money? That's it. Who has more money? We've been on these cases because that's how you get allocated 10, 20, 30 cases a week. I've been doing this for 5 years. 4 years and like 8 months or whatever the fuck it is. November is, it's 5 years. So, you guys are not gonna tell me, oh, you sound like a little child.
You've been doing this for almost 5 years, but from the side of things, you're always losing money on it. Sounds like you're pretty shit at it. Or the business itself of Pokemon scalping isn't a great business in the first place. But perhaps that's just a take from someone on the crack pipe there who could possibly besmirch the good name of Pokemon scalping. No, that surely can't be the problem.
Me, new distro, I live in Los Angeles, big dog. If you think you a heavy hitter, go ahead and supply me with a better distro then. How about that? I live in Los Angeles, my boy. You know those people that got millions and millions and millions of dollars for weekly re-up, right? You just go restock millions and millions of dollars. $2, $3, $4, $5, $10 million a week. Okay? Now, I'm in a 6-year club, but I'm not sitting there doing millions of dollars up, so I can't negotiate those prices like that. So I've literally been doing this for 4 years. It's why it's so frustrating when you guys say like random shit like, hit me up, bro. Hit me up like you're some fucking saint. Like you're gonna be able to do it better.
This part I found pretty interesting because the guy that he's ripping out right now wasn't even like being mean or criticizing him. He just said that you need new distro, meaning you need something a little bit better here for your business. And the guy's like, what the fuck did you just say to me? And now he's just flipping out about it. Because with all of these meltdowns, like the constant crashing out from this guy, it doesn't sound like things are just going swimmingly. It doesn't sound like this is like a very great, healthy endeavor for him. So this dude is just saying like, maybe something needs to change here, and he's just going ballistic about it.
All right, got it locked in. We got crazy up on the screen. Yeah, not losing money to you guys. Y'all don't even fucking care about me, so fuck that. Y'all don't give a shit about me. The fuck am I gonna give you a deal for, bro? If you did, you would cover the difference. You know what you gotta do. That's actually sick of me, bro. Not even a cat, bro. Thank you, Teddy. Teddy's a fucking G, bro. That's why.
He finally gets out of the ambulance here and does a pack sale, which someone named Teddy wins. He gets absolute trash in it, and then still tips $10, I think. I'm still a little confused on exactly how Whatnot works. So I think he paid the money for the pack, and then after it got ripped, he saw that he got actual nothing, and then still tipped this guy $10 for the service of fucking him in the face. That is pathetic. Especially after this man's rambling and ranting about his like fucking bleeding heart routine, play the sad violin for all the money he doesn't make through scalping Pokemon packs. This guy still tips him. He lets this guy guilt trip him to give him more money. That's crazy to me. He even unapologetically says that they don't care about him. Oh my god. That it's sickening that they don't care about him or whatever. Like, I just can't imagine from this guy. Like, even if he's not scamming, and even if he's giving like a great price, spoiler alert, he's really not. But even if he was, his attitude, I couldn't imagine doing business with him. Anyway, though, I won't bother showing other crash outs. They're all pretty similar to these two here. So that's really about it. Yeah.
Welcome back to the Papa Me channel. How you doing? How you doing? Come on and sit down because today, my friends, the end is finally here. Oh, we're talking about doomsday. But most importantly, we're talking about the people who prep for those doomsday. Doomsday preppers!
Yes, doomsday preppers. There's something. There's something that's funny.
Another interesting facet of the world of people who are preparing for the end. People who want to be prepared for when shit hits the fan. But there's a lot of crazy stuff happening in the world right now. Inflation. The worst thing that's happening is inflation. How about monkeypox? Maybe even potentially World War III? Whoa. Pretty much what I'm trying to get at is the world is going to, we're all gonna die. I'm kidding, we're gonna be fine right now. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe by the time I post this, we're all dead. I don't know. I can't tell you. I'm not a future. Fortune teller. But thank God there's one group of people out there who can circumvent all of these horrible things that are happening. So today I just wanted to take a deep dive down into the rabbit hole of people who are going to survive the apocalypse. There's a group of people that are here to kind of show us the way. And of course, I'm talking about
To kind of show us the way.
Let's go. Now, we need to realize that these doomsday preppers are rational, but albeit paranoid people. A lot of people ask, why? Why save 50,000 cans of corn in your cellar? Well, you never know when shit's gonna hit the fan. But preparing for disasters is not a crazy thing. I'll be honest, I think it's downright smart. I'm from the Midwest where there's tornadoes left and right. God's just sending little twisters to come greet your house and throw it into the air. And it's nice to feel like, you know what, we got a little provisions just in case something bad happens. Is there a flood? Is my electricity gonna go? When I lived in Texas, I was without power for like 2 weeks. It was brutal. I did not prepare for that at all. Wish I would have. That would have been a much easier experience. When I was sitting in Texas and there's the deep freeze, I watched Amadeus, I think 6 times on my phone. If anything happens, I'm gonna blow my brains out. Like if the world ends, I will not survive. Just take me, God. When something bad happens, you want to make sure that you have the right tools to be prepared. If a natural disaster strikes, like earthquakes, tornadoes, and tsunamis, you want to make sure you have the basic necessities, like food, water, flashlights, and power. There comes a separation, my friends, where people, you go from being prepared for a lightning storm and being paranoid that the collapse of civilization is right at our doorstep, right there. That's it. That's elite.
Preparing my family for the imminent collapse of the United States economy.
Wait, I want to take today's sponsor. Get yourself. Now, I like to get nice and hyped up in the morning, but sometimes I don't prefer coffee. Sometimes I don't want a carbonated energy drink like Red Bull or Monster. I just want something a little more fresh, something a little more new. And that's why I drink Favorite Subs. Not only does it have 0 calories, so my big fat fucking belly doesn't get any bigger. Also, no sugar as well for that stubborn waistline. And it's even keto friendly for any of my little gym rats out there who are trying to protein bulk right now. I see you. All the flavors.
What's up, Jeff? How you doing, bro? Sorry, I just saw that comment. Sorry. I am. Do you want to see? I got some really good ones for you to see if you want to check it out.
So be sure to check those out as well because those are a hot commodity. And if you use my promo code PAPABeat on any order,
I'll have to do a close-up for you. Are you ready?
So thank you so much to Gamer Subs for sponsoring this video. And hey, stay energized. Drink Gamer Subs. Back to the video. Doomsday prepping became a popular movement in the mid-20th century during the Cold War.
Oops.
That cold, man. No. You could say that the Great Depression sparked Americans or people, I probably was Americans, to
Hold on.
hoard what they
Let me
had.
get a good one.
People go through some dicey shit shit, and all of a sudden, there's no I in team. But that because they're like, the team.
All right, I got it.
There's me in team? That's true. It's backwards, but it's there. With the threat of a nuclear war looming, people were encouraged by the U.S. government to build fallout shelters and to stockpile supplies in the event.
There she is, laddie.
I love that. I think the U.S. government's just like,
Good sir, good sir.
If a nuclear bomb drops, hide under your desk.
I love that.
That's all I got so far.
Turn off the lights and hide.
How's that called?
Nobody's home and
How's it
All right,
called?
these lights are off. I'm probably not gonna go in
What
there.
does that mean?
People also have religious reasons,
It
right?
is-
For example, the Church of Latter-day Saints believe that the end times are nigh. Since the dawn
It's
of the
called
church, they
veggies.
encourage their followers to have 3 to 12 months of supplies at all times. When it comes to
It's
nuclear
called
weapons,
tasty
you only have enough
veggies.
supplies to last you a few months inside your bunker when the world goes to shit, aka when shit hits the fan. We watched Doomsday Preppers, the show. We're gonna get into that a little bit later. But when shit hits the
Homegrown
fan,
veggies.
it's part of my everyday vernacular now. I just want to say that.
It's the fan.
Homegrown veggies, good sir.
It's the fan in 5 years. I'll probably be okay.
You can survive in your little bunker while everyone else is fighting for resources outside. Then within a few months, 90% of the population will die out, and you can emerge from your bunker as a goddamn survivor. Which we've already seen some of this, ladies and gentlemen. Does anyone remember toilet paper? Does anyone remember toilet paper during the pandemic? Hello? As soon as shit starts hitting the fan, people hoard stuff like motherfuckers. I had the worst food poisoning. I tried making some chicken at home, did not cook all the way through. I had horrible diarrhea. So it's that kind of pain in your asshole where it feels like chapped lips. I didn't even know the pandemic was that big of a deal at the time. This is before. I mean, I really knew what was going on. I went to the store when I went to the aisle and like every single piece of toilet paper was gone. That's when I knew. I've experienced stuff before where people raid grocery stores and stuff, and you're like, they left all the bottles of water, but they took all the goddamn tang. Something's going on here. The thing about being a doomsday prepper is that it is a beautiful spectrum. On one side, you have rational.
Yeah,
people,
homegrown.
you have mentally deranged people. So you have rational
You've never
people who are
seen
like,
you've
"Yeah,
never seen veggies like that?
have some Duracell batteries,
Super healthy for you.
and there's some people who are like, I'm going. If you come
Super
in-
healthy for you,
But
super
that's what we're gonna
tasty.
figure out today, dude. Which end of the spectrum are you on? So level 1, the toe dippers. The water's cold. I actually ate a pizza. I'm not gonna.
The leaves actually do contain a lot of nutrients
If you went to their house,
and
you'd probably
are
go
definitely
through a lot.
healthy
My
for
friend's
you.
house, his mom used to have, I'm not joking, used to have 150 total rolls.
Lots of good nutrients for the body.
Getting hit with a brick in the car.
There's a video of a woman getting hit.
This guy's driving, a brick falls off a truck and lands in his mother's head.
That was her. These people, the toe dippers usually have an emergency kit with candles, maybe a flashlight, and first aid supplies, you know, just in case anything happens. More so just
And yeah, we just chilling out here.
You know, it's an afterthought. We're gonna get into level 2. Level 2.
Thanks so much for joining, you guys. Please subscribe to my channel.
These are the people who get a little
I try to go out here live as much as I possibly can.
Months-long emergencies such as civil unrest and severe natural disasters.
So thank you so much.
Civil unrest, what are you talking about? Yeah, the past 4 years, goddamn, hell, I might even be a level 2, dude. I'm a little paranoid. I've experienced so many natural disasters anyways. Texas, the deep freeze, goddamn pipes burst everywhere, flooded the house. Unbelievable. The paranoid also believe that people are going to.
I've been streaming almost a full year now.
For you and your family in order to weather.
Actually, it might be over a full year now.
Whenever I've seen this firsthand, COVID, toilet paper, all kinds of stuff.
So you're never more than 20 feet away from a firearm in this house. One example is a small firearm and a number 10 can of peas. And I remember that because it's my pea shooter.
These prepper pantries are rooms or garages in people's homes where they stockpile non-perishable food items and emergency supplies that typically last a few months.
All right.
A couple of years. We could survive for years. That has to be like your entire garage is just filled with stuff. Even like canned food, like you know how much canned food that years? Some of the items that these preppers may have include shelf-stable foods like rice, beans, and canned food, water storage containers, solar generators, some basic tools. Not Ryobi, dude. Nick bought Ryobi stuff at the studio. It pissed me off. Just get DeWalt. Why'd you do it, Nick?
That's what they had.
They didn't have any DeWalt. You're a liar. A portable stove for cooking, maybe a gun and some ammo. Maybe, I doubt it. And tarps, tents, blankets, sleeping bags.
section doesn't feel too crazy. Doesn't feel crazy. It's the excess. Well, it's the excess, and it's also immediately coming to the conclusion that the worst is going to happen. Or prepping as if tomorrow it's going to happen. If the pandemic happened and people did that, I'd be like, well, yeah, I mean, we're in track. But like right now, something happened. I don't know. Which I guess it is just hindsight, but to me, I'm just like, why don't you calm down, dude? You think years of perishables? We got enough beans to last us 4 winters. Some preppers in this category also have what is called a bug out bag. These are duffel bags that are packed with essential items that can last 48 to 72 hours and are stored in a safe place. Bug out bag. The bug out bag.
Most people call this a bug out pack, but I just refer to it as a survival pack. There are birds and ducks and things, and if I had to, potentially I could catch some meat for dinner with my sling.
Which you call it a bug out bag because if something hits, some shit hits the fan, you want you to get a bug out bag. Get out. Need something for my bug out bag. Also, you know what's kind of crazy too? This is also enters at that level of paranoia. Think about how often they have to update the bug out bag. These things no good. We gotta update the bug out bag. If an emergency requires you to leave your house, aka bug out, then you can quickly and easily grab your bag and head to your new destination.
Here at Walmart, I've got $100 for my $100 survival kit Walmart challenge.
$100 survival kit Walmart challenge. That does not feel that hard. For $100 at Walmart, you kidding me? He's like, I was able to pick up 2 guns, a fishing pole, and enough perishables to last us 4 autumns. The way she jolted out of that thing, goddamn, dude. Didn't vary with the editor though. She's like trying to turn and like smile, like, this is what I got. And he's just like, cut that. And similarly, there are get home bags that preppers have in their cars that contain enough supplies to get them safely home. I got a pistol, a flashlight, enough Cliff Bars to last me 6 hours.
Oops.
Winters, I'm doing autumns now. So on the winters, I'm not caring about the autumns. Is when it
Hoo,
gets
hoo,
out.
hoo.
Doritos. In this category, you also learn basic skills such as CPR, medical training, and even.
It is,
Here's the thing. I just want to say, I know I
trying to think of a good way to.
It is paranoia. I still don't think this is totally egregious. The problem with these sort of people is the way they talk about it a lot.
That was a good way to describe the name of it.
Goddamn, dude. To me, it's mostly, I already got enough shit going on in my life. The Venus, the acid reflux, hemorrhoids, back acne. My fingers are starting to get hairy, and my Bulgarian grandpas. I got ducks dying on me. And then some guys just like, did you see that they shot off 6 missiles? It's probably coming any day now.
I guess I would call it,
Oh, I'd love that. Let's do that, please. Thank you. Yeah, thank God I got my bug out bag though.
Devil's lettuce. Devil's lettuce.
I would still be friends with this person, but level 3, this is when I start like.
Not to be confused with
Level 3 we have as
Angel's lettuce,
AKA the LARPer. This category
which
extremely
actually is a
rare.
real
Swallow
thing.
The doomsday pill. These are people that are preparing and sometimes even hoping for the collapse of civilization, government tyranny, and apocalyptic events such as nuclear war, global pandemic, and even an asteroid impact. Oh, please, God, please hurl that rocket at Earth. Please, God. At this level of prepper, you're basically fully committed to the idea that the world is ending, and you are so deeply entrenched in the philosophy that this is now your identity as a person. There's even a dedicated show all about doomsday preppers showing off the crazy lengths that people will go to prepare for this end. That's like just the end.
You have to get ready. There's no other way but to prepare.
Can't survive. No longer are you storing canned greens and rice in your pantry. Rice? What are you talking about? Rice and canned beans in your garage? You got soft hands, sweetheart. I've been prepping since I was 6 years old.
There's kids out here.
Oh, I know there's kids. I feel bad for these. You ever kind of reminds me of like a cult, like a religious cult, a little bit. You know what I mean? You ever see like a kid dressed up in like a suit? He's like, oh my God, it's an awesome God, I'm like, that motherfucker didn't stand a chance, dude. You know what I mean? It's like if you're older and you're like, slow getting the gospel,
You finally got it.
they're just like, I
You
can't
finally got it.
But instead of, your little cupcake factory that you were in before, now you're
You
investing
got
thousands
it.
of dollars into prepper-specific brands that can last years. Such as our good old friend Jim Baker. Remember
You
Jim
nailed
Baker?
it. Now you know.
Baker's food buckets.
This is not taking food that.
Now you know.
Taking the food bucket. You know, this is not Gringo food. This is.
I like that, the Maria one. Yeah, I just gotta be careful about. I gotta be careful about talking about it. You know?
Purchase that bucket. And 25 years later, you're just like,
I was telling the chat earlier, like, I've been streaming for almost a full year, and I've had plenty of issues with trying to stream this type of stuff. So I found ways to be able to still do it and not have issues. But yeah.
A family of 6.
Divide that by 6, it's about 400.
400 meals, that lasts you like a year. Not even a year. Where you cut down to 2 a day. That it sucks. You, Jim Baker. And if you're cheap, like me, you can buy Costco's emergency food buckets instead. $80 for 150 meals. Dude, Costco always does it, man. $80 for 150 meals? That's 50 cents a meal, and then it's just like the Jim Baker's deal. I can just stock up on Costco shit. Another popular item among your shelves are MREs, which are meals ready to eat that are used
So,
out in fields by the U.S.
good old Greenpeace. Good old Greenpeace. Yeah.
Most MREs suck, so the term rat-ing was coined in that military because people would open up the pockets and only take up.
But yeah, thanks so much for joining me. Please subscribe. I'm gonna keep it going because I have to at least finish one full one today. I gotta at least finish one full one. I gotta finish one full one for the next 3 days straight, which won't be that bad. Hopefully I could finish a full one today. Maybe if we're super passionate about finishing this whole plant, then we could finish this one and then I guess finish the other one tomorrow potentially. That would kind of be unfortunate, but I could stream it. I was gonna say that would kind of be unfortunate only in the sense that I will lose out on streaming time for my gaming live stream because I'm really trying to build my gaming live stream on this channel. So yeah, I really appreciate if you subscribe, and thanks so much for being here with me. Yes, exactly. You called it, Jeff. You called it. That is the idea. But yeah, I was gonna say like at least I can stream it because I need to get the hours in for my channel. Because I have to maintain a certain amount of hours per week in order to maintain the YouTube partnership program, and that will hopefully eventually help boost me in the algorithm to start getting a lot more viewers. But yeah, thanks so much for subscribing and liking and just being out here with me. I like to do just chatting streams a lot. I actually usually do it on TikTok, but I kind of want to be more of a YouTube dedicated streamer, which is some people are like, why would you want to only stream to YouTube? But that's because like I've actually been able to build a channel on YouTube, whereas I have streamed on Twitch as well for a long time, and I literally only have like 27 followers on Twitch, and I've been streaming on Twitch for like nearly as long as I've been on YouTube. But like with YouTube, I've been able to get all the way up to like 4,500 subscribers over time. And on Twitch, I've literally, like I said, I've only gotten up to 20 something subscribers, which is so bad. It's like, I don't even know how it's possible to obtain more viewers on Twitch because I don't feel like Twitch really has a huge influx of new viewership. Like, the people that are currently popular on Twitch have that popularity of people that still use it, but I don't think that Twitch is really gathering a ton of new viewers personally. I mean, at least I don't witness that myself in my own streams on Twitch, you know? But yeah.
Not too bad. For only what, $1.5 million?
But yeah, so I'm just chilling, relaxing. I'm with the kitty cat and the puppy dog.
And a TV in every entry.
And maybe they'll join me if
Or for $3 million.
maybe they'll join me in a little bit here.
That's about a little over
It's gotta be noon now, right? Yeah.
a great room and a dining room.
I have a buddy coming at 3.
$5 million package, which will get you 3,600 square feet condo on 2 goddamn floors. You can even pay for a custom build complex ranging anywhere from 50,000 square feet to 300,000. Did you want to live in a legitimate military base factory? Okay, just making sure. You can build this out and be your own specification. You can modify it however you want.
But yeah, if I can trim quickly, then I can actually get through the rest of this. Hopefully, I think I can get through the rest of this by the time that he were to get here. And then I could hopefully start on the other one as well. That would be super fucking awesome, guys, if we could get through it all. If we could get through the whole strain in one day and then still have time to stream later, that would be super clutch, guys. That would be super clutch.
5 bedrooms, 6 bathrooms, a dance floor, a barbecue, a pool, a 4-hole golf course, 2 hot tubs, a sauna, a bar, lighting systems that can simulate sunlight and twinkly stars, artificial trees, fake rocks, and hand-painted murals simulating the outside.
So how we doing out there, guys?
Water tank, a cryogenic capsule that can hold
That is one thing.
not to mention it has cell phone reception.
Yes. Yes.
And you can rent the property out right
The
now for
answer
receptions,
is yes.
weddings, and even dance parties. That actually does sound kind of cool. But I will say, seeing pictures of it.
That is the primary usage that that is there really is no other usage. I only use it for that purpose, yeah.
That would be my fate. Thank God we have the bunker.
Because I'm a recovering alcoholic. I was a bad alcoholic, and I quit drinking about over 4 years ago now. But I was a really, really, really heavy drinker that I was very, very physically dependent on it to the point where I was having seizures if I did not consume any alcohol. So I really went through a very, very painful withdrawal period of stopping many, many times. And I suffered a lot of actual unfortunate nerve damage in my fingers, and actually just general central nervous system damage, which it's difficult. It's difficult to do like finite motor skills without having shaking, if you can see. I'm not trying to do that. I really want to keep it still. But yeah, just trying to touch like 2 fingernails together very finitely and still is a good test to see if you have any type of central nervous system damage, which can happen from multiple different things. But yeah, from me, it was having seizures over time. But yeah, it used to be a lot worse. It used to be like really, really bad. So yeah, luckily I was able to stop that alcohol. But yeah, one of the only medicines was CBD, and CBD combined with this product here. that was one of the only things that actually stopped me from having seizures in my own personal experience. And it also doesn't, at least for me, it did not have any negative side effects. So it was very beneficial
His son, his umbilical
as a
cord
medicinal
runs
product.
into a
Yeah.
man.
Entering a new stage of your life. No longer a little kid anymore. Turning into a young man. This here?
But
Umbilical cord.
He's 12. He's a man. Son. Just
But yeah,
okay.
so
Oh, what do you do with that? You just put it wherever. And if you got the cash, you can install an incinerator in your bunker. That's
yeah,
like-
it's unfortunate, but I've been able to get through it. I'm a music teacher, so I don't have to do this all day, all the time, and have some mean boss watch me or anything like that. I did do stuff like that before, where I was a formulations chemist for a pharmaceutical company. I went to school for chemistry in 2016 and graduated. Sorry, I graduated in 2016 from MSU, I meant to say. But then I went on to work for a bunch of different laboratories, like extraction laboratories and concentrate facilities and stuff like that. And then yeah, and then I started working for a pharmaceutical company and formulating different compound medicines for them. And then I stopped doing all that because my main passion in life is teaching music and playing drums. So I am a drum teacher here in Denver, Colorado, and I love it. I love it so much.
Peter was found in the bunker dead with a self-inflicted gunshot wound to the head. When he was found dead in the bunker,
And
explosive devices, bulletproof vests, 45 pounds of beans, wine-making stuff, and various other survival essentials. And for years, he would vlog about the construction of the bunker, as well as conspire to kill his family. In one of the videos, he says, "I'm getting to the point where just trying to live and pay bills, and live as a civilian, go to work, it just freaks me out. It's actually more comfortable for me to think about living out here, robbing banks, pharmacies, and just taking what I want for as long as I can. At least it will be exciting."
Think about living out here, robbing banks, pharmacies, just taking what I want. At least it'll be exciting.
The Diaries of a Legitimate Madman. A reason we bring this up at the end, I think, is because paranoia can amplify fear. But I think people fantasizing over things can become an obsession. I think a lot of people would get under the impression of like, well, why would you want something horrible to happen? Well, I don't think that these people want these things to happen. I think they just believe it is going to happen, and that becomes the fantasy. That is the narrative in their head that repeats over and over and over again. There's nothing wrong with stockpiling in beans and corn, or even having something to protect yourself in your house, like a gun, or having a flashlight. Something that gives you a bit of security. But it's when you amplify these things to such a means that once again, as it affects others or affects people around you that that you love. I mean, it becomes a dastardly, deceptive obsession that just completely overconsumes every other facet of your life, where it's the only thing you think about. That's where I think paranoia and doomsday prepping gets a little. I'm sorry to say, we're probably all
yeah.
not Nick because he had.
Yeah, I did. I got a second chance at life.
That's his story, not mine. I just want to say
I got a second beautiful, amazing chance at life, and I'm trying to take as much positivity as I can to move forward. I did do the AA recovery program because obviously in all that time of alcoholism, there was a lot of people that I affected negatively because of that. And I needed to be able to properly make amends to those people that I hurt. And I had a whole giant list of over 30 people that I personally went to apologize and make amends to.
Show them ways of
And
natural disasters that are going to take place, that have been taking place.
and yeah, so that's. Oh, sorry. that's that's how I kind of have been able to like mentally move forward on a better note. Instead of kind of being like filled with a lot of pain and suffering because like I caused myself a ton of damage, but then I also destroyed relationships with a lot of other people in my life. And it was a really horrible time. And then yeah, I've been able to maintain that sobriety now for over 4 years. But yeah, I was very clearly like a very depressed person. But I never liked to show it, and I just tried to hide it. And really, I didn't have too much of a reason to be that way, other than I was like deeply in love with several women throughout my life that really ended up hurting me super, super badly. And kind of just tore me apart mentally. Also, one of them actually physically. Oh, nice. Yeah, You'd have to try sometime, Jeff. You'd have to try sometime. I would love to. I would love to hear your thoughts on Colorado and see what you think about it. But I was gonna say that I I was like very deeply in love with several people, and one of them actually physically cut my wrist open with a straight razor blade, and that was really really fucked up. Um, but yeah, she had mental problems. She was borderline schizophrenic, and she would also drink really really heavily on her medications, and she would just have these like super insane panic attacks and fits, and she one time she just grabbed my arm and slit my wrist with a razor blade. I did tell her that I couldn't be with her anymore because I was too stressed out. And then she said, if you, like, if I can't have you, no one can have you. Um, and we'll die together and stuff. Just crazy stuff like that, you know, mental, instability, mentally unstable things to say, in that situation, you know. But yeah, I did also finally get myself out of that relationship, and she did get the help that she needed. And I think that she is doing okay now. Um, but yeah, several traumatizing things, you know. Yeah. Sometimes it's hard to show your feelings. Sometimes it's hard to show how you really feel. Because it's such a deep level of pain and hurt that it just makes you want to die. So you just don't want to. You don't want to talk about it, but it's important to talk about it and get through those things. And it's actually it's not good to hold those things inside. And just let like I don't know, because in my situation I let it get to me so bad where I just resorted to substance use, and that was obviously really, really an unwise decision. And I will forever regret it, but at least I've been able to get on the right path of sobriety from alcohol, right? I don't consider this particular medicine to be a like a reset of my sobriety because of the fact that it genuinely is a medicine. So it's a legal medicine that it's fully, compliant, fully legal, and it is super beneficial for a lot of different things, I would say. But it should be treated. It really should be treated as a potent medicine, and should not be taken lightly. Because there is countless case studies and research that shows the benefit.
Call of Duty, the new Call of Duty is gonna be $90, 100%. Assassin's Creed, whatever, $90, 100%. Absurd rumors began to spread about Grand Theft Auto 6 might end up costing $150.
In many different ways.
I'd pay, and I know, and the thing too is-
Dang, did you hear that just now? He said GTA 6 might cost $150. That would be wild.
$10 a year.
Yeah, Nintendo even revealed a console tech demo that would launch alongside the Switch 2, but announced that it wouldn't come free with.
Crazy.
And the demo's gonna cost you $10.
That would actually be wild.
If PlayStation gives you demos with a free pizza from Pizza Hut, that's no more, right? Oh yeah, those are great. Those are the best, dude. I had this one from Pizza Hut, so sick. You go, I got like a large pepperoni.
How is it like to be in AA? It was, or what was it like? It was, at first I just wanted to go back to drinking. I just was so heavily entrenched in going back to consuming more alcohol that I just, because I went to rehab first. I went to rehab, and that's how I got introduced into AA. Is I did rehab, and I still relapsed after I did rehab. Not even that long after. But I was able to finally, after years of trying to recover, I was finally able to get sober. Finally.
Lastly, the straw that broke the camel's back. Fans were extremely upset that the voice and video chat features will require an online subscription. Nintendo! But even with everyone complaining online, the Nintendo Switch 2 sold out in a matter of hours in the United States. And this is just the most recent outrage, right? I wouldn't even say it's not even the biggest. This is just over speculation of what's going to happen, and people are still like, we'll pay it, I don't care. But let's go back in time a bit and talk about older consoles, like when the Xbox 360 released. Well, the console itself was a pretty massive success. It had its fair share of problems at launch.
Oh, but I did, sorry, when I did finally kind of like hit rock bottom again, I was able to go back into AA and finally get a sponsor that I really respected and loved. And my sponsor named Dan really dedicated himself to helping me, and I am forever grateful to and he was also in the recovery program himself, and he's now married with kids. He has children, and so so that's really good. It's really beneficial.
Me personally, not even joking, I sent 3 of them in, the 4th one finally stuck. But by the time the 4th one came in, they did the re-updated one where it had like the touchpad power buttons, and those were great, and they were cheaper. I felt like a real dingus, let me tell you that. Other gamers started figuring out how to fix their consoles at home by employing absurd methods, like putting the motherboard in the oven or wrapping it in a towel while it overheated.
That was my brother. He started a business, home picture, Xbox 360, and just threw it in the oven.
Well, so what, did it work? Why? What temperature was he throwing these bad boys in at? 450 on broil? Microsoft responded to the non-stop reports of hardware issues by extending the warranty and sending an empty box through UPS to customers so they could ship it back for repairs. A move that ended up costing Microsoft over $1 billion.
I remember going out to Curve and like meeting
Warhorse,
and looking at
what up? Do you want to see a good close-up?
seeing wall to wall, Xbox returns. They found out about it.
Here we go, guys. Here we go. Please like the stream and follow. Thank you so much.
We have Skyrim and GTA 5 coming, so we'll financially recover. It'll be okay. It took 2 years and 3 different versions of the 360 until Microsoft was able to.
There we go.
Permanently. Maybe not even permanently. I'm not going to put permanently on that actually. They pretty much fixed it. Threadripper death was such a huge issue that an estimate of over 50% of the original run of the Xbox 360 have died so far.
Oh, Warhorse is all good.
PS3 having only a 10% rate.
Yeah, I was gonna say the normal percentage is 3 to 5.
3 to 5. So even PS3 is just like.
It's not really that purple. It's not really that purple. But
There was also another great failure released by Microsoft around the same time, which we can just caveat because it wasn't a 360 product. But of course,
But yeah, I was just talking about my recovery, and
That's why they just buy up like Bethesda, they buy up game studios. They're just like, still release it over there.
and how this actually is what helped me to stop having seizures, which is kind of an interesting thing in itself. So that is one thing that I wanted to share, because I don't feel like I've ever been able to really talk about that too much. But yeah, this product in combination, especially with CBD, cannabidiol, has shown to actually help with seizures, not just epileptic seizures, but also other forms of seizures that, like in my situation, I was diagnosed when I was a lot younger with myoclonic seizures, which is a different kind of seizure than a full-on grand mal epileptic seizure. However, all seizures are still related to electrical phenomenon in the brain. But there are now like 7 different classifications of seizures. I think there's probably maybe even more now, but yeah, science really did not know much about seizures at all until like within the last decade, basically. And so I did actually have seizures when I was younger, which is why I think alcohol withdrawals ended up affecting me more, because they had said that if you have had seizures before, you will probably be more likely to have seizures in withdrawals from alcohol. So yeah, I guess I just didn't really, I didn't really, when I was drinking, I was like, oh yeah, that's why I have to keep drinking more, because I'm just gonna have seizures if I stop. And And yeah, that happened like hundreds of times. And that's why I have all that central nervous system damage in my fingers. And alcohol is but one interesting thing to note, habitual drinkers that do not have any form of epilepsy in their past, they can actually get epilepsy. So someone that's never had epilepsy before, like say Warhorse, for example, you drink quite a bit, right? You've never had epilepsy before. If you drank to a certain level and degree of dependency, you could actually give yourself epilepsy just from drinking, just from alcohol. But you got to be, on a level of like, on a really, really insane kind of level of dependence. But yeah, you can actually give yourself epilepsy. Because, yeah, for example, I don't have any history of epilepsy in my family. I don't have any history of seizures in my family. My aunt on my mom's side, she had a stroke, right? But that was also not related to any genetic disorder. That was because she also had drank copious amounts of alcohol, and was having seizures. Because if you have enough seizures, it can eventually lead to having a stroke, which is what happens to a lot of severe alcoholics as well. Is a lot of severe alcoholics don't realize that they are actually having seizures because they're happening in their sleep. That was happening to me as well, where after a super intense night of drinking, you would actually have a seizure in your sleep. That's a lot of the reason why people will wake up with an incredibly super bad hangover sometimes, after drinking a certain heavy amount, and that's actually because your brain will go into seizure when you're sleeping and you won't even realize it. But yeah, alcohol is just obviously not good for the human body, and people that do drink, they know that. They know it's not good, It's not really about, at a certain point for the people that drink, it's not really about is it good for me or not. It's just about I need to have it because it's what drives me forward, And I was also at that point. But I'm super grateful to no longer be at that point. The bee is back. It never left. I have a bee that's in my house right now. There's also, just on an interesting note, real quick, you guys, there is also other disorders that are really bizarre disorders that can come from specifically drinking alcohol. So there's one called wet brain, which has another name for it as well. But you basically start to kill off certain parts of your brain just because the alcohol itself is traveling through your bloodstream, and your blood travels around your brain, and it actually starts to physically eat away at parts of your brain. So you'll be literally fucking a vegetable if you get blackout drunk just 24/7 all the time, nonstop. You'll basically put yourself into a state of, because alcohol itself is used as a solvent, you know? Like alcohol is used to extract essential oils. Like you could literally put this product here. You could put this product here into a glass jar, fill it up with alcohol, and it actually would extract the oil off of it, and you could drink it and consume it and be medicinally affected by it. But that's because alcohol is a solvent. So alcohol is actually just in nature, you know, ethanol alcohol, which it is naturally produced in nature from rotting fruit. It destroys living tissue. So like if you expose living tissue, like say for example, if you get a cut on your hand and you expose that cut, or you pour alcohol all over that cut, it burns really bad. And that's because the alcohol is actually chemically eating away at the living tissue, and it's also killing all the bacteria that's on the cut, because alcohol kills living tissue, and it destroys living bacteria. So just because of that fact alone, when you consume alcohol, every time you swallow it down your throat, you're actually slightly chemically burning your throat too. So people will get throat cancer as well from overconsumption of alcohol. Because yeah, it's actually chemically burning your insides. That's also why you'll eventually need to have a liver transplant, because alcohol actually destroys the living tissue that it's passing through. Anything that it's passing over, any living tissue that ethanol alcohol passes over, it will damage. It will chemically eat away at, basically. Does that make sense? Is anyone still out there? I'm super stoked that I actually have a couple of viewers here watching me. Thank you so much for joining out here with me, you guys. Is anyone still out there?
Have you heard of Google Stadia? I know you probably have. I'm saying, I'm asking the viewer, have you at home? First from like eating like ramen watching Google Stadia is a streaming platform that was announced in 2019, and it promised users.
But yeah, so the medicine that helped me to stop having seizures from alcoholism is this right here.
That sounds made up. Even my ass, who's like not tech savvy at all, I'm like, that can't be done. Google was so bold as to say that the Stadia is more powerful.
Which I think is also why
Financial backing of Google on top of their support of big developers.
alcohol and cannabis can't really mix that well. Like people love to smoke cigarettes when they drink, and people love to combine alcohol with certain other substances, but most people do not like to combine it with cannabis.
Well, it's not even just like, oh, I want to cancel it. If you cancel it, you never play it.
And I think that's because cannabis is trying to actually help with the negative symptoms from alcohol, and so it's in a way, I think it's helping to kind of realize like you need to be tired, or you need to eat more food, where alcoholics they don't want to eat that much food, because eating more food will actually make you less drunk, and if you're trying to be as intoxicated on alcohol as possible, then a lot of alcoholics will just refrain from eating food, which is really unhealthy. But that's exactly what I did. I would just refrain from eating food entirely, which was super, super dangerous and unhealthy.
So like they're just like, yeah, it shouldn't have a
Um,
program in the back. That would suck, dude. Well, at least we get the stadium.
but it's so good to have you guys out here with me and talking about this stuff because
We're unable to play anymore.
yeah, I don't really you know, I go to AA like I said, but
Much more bizarre console launch.
I don't have I don't have a group that's really close to where I live now because I'm kind of far as hell away from where I was when I first initially got sober from alcohol. And so yeah. But yeah, I'm back on Arc. I am back on the Arc, you guys.
While Nintendo games were often focused on group play, the Virtual Boy felt antisocial. Little did they know the future was going to be much as players would literally shove their faces into a machine to play on their own. The games themselves didn't really utilize the 3D effect and more so just became a novelty that required a cumbersome piece of hardware. The red LEDs used were vital in order to make a console affordable.
I have a really, really big flower here.
Gamers. People reported that they were getting motion sick from using the system, and furthermore, there was a legitimate fear that children under 7 would develop a lazy eye if the two screens were not aligned properly. That's awesome. And a 1995 issue of Game Pro magazine claimed that it might potentially cause permanent brain damage to play the Virtual Boy. The device cost $180 and was quickly lowered to $160 and then down to $99 after its release in response to poor sales. Only 770,000 were sold, and the negative response pushed Nintendo to discontinue the product after 6 months. But we can talk about a unique kind of console.
Man, I got a big one here, guys.
Celebrities push their brand by selling products, like many celebrities do with alcohol nowadays. I feel like every celebrity has an alcohol nowadays. A lot of gin, too much gin, some tequila, mostly tequila and gin. That's the big thing. How about a celebrity that tried to sell?
Is anyone still out there?
Soldier Boy. He tried doing Soldier Game. How did he not call it the Soldier Boy? It's just called Soldier Game. Jesus. In 2018, the known rapper Soldier Boy decided to release a line of gaming consoles, one handheld for $99 and one for television that sold for $149. As he promoted the product for its upcoming release, he took to Twitter to announce that he had plans to start an esports team and further develop his tech company. Soldier Boy, more like Soldier Man with some of these entrepreneurial ideas. When the console was released, people discovered that it was a cheap piece of hardware loaded up with an emulator and shit ton of popular games, including tons from various Nintendo consoles. He just stole a bunch of shit, basically.
Basically bought something off AliExpress, I think.
Yes, he literally, it was like a $10.
What up, y'all? What up?
It was an insane markup.
Is anyone still out there? Type in chat if you're out there. If you out there watching and you want to see a close-up of the big giant flower, let me know, because I just trimmed one that is like the biggest one I ever done for this particular strain.
Also known as the TRDR Pocket, is in development on his official Twitter account. He said this: "Totally get your console from scratch, all new design, all new games, all new
Let me know.
And on a podcast in 2023, he revealed that they partnered up with Walmart to sell the handheld in all their stores. This one includes the use of AI, apparently. It seems to still be a rebranded Chinese gaming device, and reviewers were disappointed to discover that it was yet again an overpriced, over-designed emulator device. Since 2023, Rapper has not made any updates about the handheld until the game venture. It's fascinating to see how many promising game ventures ended up crashing and burning on day one. On literally day one. Consoles like God bless you, or Google Stadia sound great on paper, but are doomed to fail without perfect implementations. And it just leads you to believe that guess what? No matter what gaming companies do, if it's one of the big three, you're probably going to fork over money because you have no control of these things, especially if you're a Nintendo fan. But that's for another day. Thank you so much for watching this video. We appreciate you. And hey, happy gaming, guys. And girls. And they thems. Happy gaming, everybody. We appreciate you. Bye-bye. Well, they claimed that they would start developing their own exclusive
The game is fun. The game is a battle. If it's not fun, why bother? If it's not a battle, where's
Welcome back to the Papa Meat channel. How you doing? How you doing? I was scrolling through some social media apps today.
What up, guys?
Little X, right? And it seems that no matter where I go on this hellscape we call Earth, or even the internet, I find the worst mobile game ads ever. I don't know how it's possible. It should be illegal. It's false advertisement. As I kept scrolling through, it was just all these different ones. So I had the thought to myself, we have to make a tournament bracket of what is the worst mobile game ad out there. This is the bracket we have. Emperor and Beauties, it's a great name. Ant Legion, Lily's Garden, Fantasia, Charmin Conqueror, Gallery Coloring Book and Decor, Garden Affairs, Dragon. These names are funny. Dragon Farm Adventures, Encanto, question mark. King's Choice, Cheap Almighty, Fat to Fit, Hero Wars, Hustle Castle, Merge Franchise, Flying Gorilla, and Project Makeover. You've probably definitely seen some of these before, but today it is a battle of deception. It is a battle of who is
Crush it up.
egregious piece of shit to let these things go through. So without further ado, let's get started. All right, round one, we do have Emperor and Beauties, which I do like the thumbnail a lot. Small Asian boy and all those little fuck puppets, very nice. And Ant Legion, which Ant Legion does seem like, this seems like a little hipster indie game kind of thing. But let's take a look at the ads.
What the frick?
She's not pretty anymore. Nobody wants her. Nobody wants her. Nobody wants. If the man is guilty or not guilty. I like how it's not, it's the man guilty. If the man is guilty or not guilty. This is obviously a Mexican game. Oh my god, look at this. Promoted. He's doing the side dance, the Gangnam Style dance. What is this game? So, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. This is a game about are these single men guilty or not guilty? It's kind of a fun concept. That's a pretty good bad game ad. All right, Ant Legion. Come on, dude.
Anyone out there?
What? Wait. The bee can't call for help after, I mean, just raw dogging this ant. Why is it called Ant Legion? It's like a bumblebee. Oh no, I might have done with this game. To be fair, it's not as quick. It's quick though. Oh, this is hard. These are both really good. I'm honestly invested more into Emperor and Beauties because there's more story. Ant Legion, all I really know is that you get to be a hornet and fuck a bee, and you get trapped by a spider. My heart says that I have to give it to Emperor and Beauties. The pageantry was just there, and also because they end with a Gangnam Style dance. You know what I mean? It's got to be Emperor and Beauties. Emperor and Beauties on the way. Round two, Lily's Garden and Fantasia, Charmin Conqueror, which that thumbnail. My God, look at it. There's a girl in a milkmaid outfit. This is definitely some furry porn type stuff. The Lily's Garden looks like a C-tier Illumination movie. Lily's Garden. Let's see this shit. It's just a woman dancing and her tits are, or she's jump roping and she's like, her tits are bouncing up and down. And all these men keep walking and looking at her. What is that about a garden? Where's the garden in that? Oh, there's multiple ads. Okay, let me see here. What is this telling me about Lily's Garden? Is this actually a gardening game? Fuck you, Lily's Garden. Also, the people hopping up so they can vibrate their pussy is on a different level, dude. And I hate that the industry like Lily's Garden. They're trying to be Leisure Suit Larry. That's what I don't like. I don't know if I like Lily's Garden. That's off to a bad start with me. Okay, all right. The third one. If I would have just seen that one, that would be a very hard one to beat. You don't get to hear it be like, "Oh, I'm pregnant. I'm so happy." And sit in washing machines and get their pussies all vibrated up, and your boyfriend's gonna leave for becoming pregnant. Fantasia, let's see here. Can you raise a perfect kid is the title of the video. This is from their own YouTube channel, so. Why is that bad? Brown hair, bad. Not too bad. I like how it's, is it changed? Terrible. I like how it's like your son or daughter isn't a big hot titty anime chick. Oh no. I want another baby. Is the idea of the game to create the hottest child?
What?
And if so, I don't know if I like the idea of like trying to.
The bee. I hear the bee.
Get a slime. Day one.
I need to get the bee.
Oh my god! My word! And that's it. It's an anthropomorphic blob with a kawaii face. Day one. Day three, it's just a bigger blob. And then by day 7, a week into it, you got a big titty fuck slime puppet with tiny. What are the tiny children doing on it? Research Institute. Beautiful butt, long legs, breast enhancement. All right, maybe it is my kind of game. Let's see here. I got those shorts that start your special research. Beautiful butt. Good choice. I'm gonna be the stickler here, but they choose beautiful butt, right? The first option is a person's thigh and you get like a half an ass cheek. The second one is a snake body. There's no ass there. The other one is an uncomfortable, like furry butt, but it's mostly fixating on like the hole where the tail comes out. I don't know. And then long legs, they show you the first option is a horse, and then a snake body or a mermaid body again. Which just makes, I think that all these are AI generated. I mean, with these so far, it's got to be Lily's Garden. Lily's Garden wins that one for me. Gallery, coloring book, and decor, and garden affairs. Oh god, that might be another Lily's Garden thing. Garden affairs. Let's do this shit, dude. Oh my god. Are all of these game ads going to be men leaving these? You know exactly what they're going to be our money break. They're going to be our breadwinners for sure. You get to accessorize the back of her house. There's a dead body marking there. It's like the whole game is you having to raise these kids with a beat up dad, dude. The dad's just laying on the couch and just has a broken heart broken. All these games are just, it's fucking sad. I'm sad looking at these. All right, what about garden affairs? Me and my wife. Yeah, don't grab a fucking Kleenex or it's putrid diarrhea, dude. And put them on a jack, and now you dropped it, and all the shit went everywhere. This is quite literally me and my wife. That's the scariest part of this. In terms of the competition, the color book and decor has more of a story of a mother having to raise that. It definitely presents more of a story and much more of a game. Garden affairs, I'm not gonna lie, the putrid diarrhea spilling was fucked though. To be fair though, the gallery coloring book, in terms of like a bad ad, it's almost more tragic. I'm gonna have to go with the gallery coloring book, I think. Gallery coloring book, I think it deserves to win there. Just want to take a second to thank today's sponsor, Bad Dragon. Bad Dragon's been a long-standing partner of this channel. You know we've had our own. We've expressed how much we love working with these people. We want to give them a shout out once again. Just thank you, Bad Dragon, for being one of the most professional, clean, one of the most handsome, one of the nicest toy companies out there. But most importantly, if you're of age and you're looking to spice up the bedroom, be sure to check out Bad Dragon and see if there's anything for you or missing, your bay, your whatever. I don't know all the fucking terms, but they're there. These products are unbelievably well made. Awesome people make it. They go through quality control. I mean, if your package gets lost, message them and be like, hey, my fucking package is gone. Don't worry, asshole. We got you covered. It's been a great experience getting to partner with them.
God damn it. He wouldn't just get
Dragon Farm
in.
Adventures and Kanto, okay? Dragon Farm Adventures, let's go. Good lord! Can we show any of this? My god! I'm not gonna lie, that is an impressive shot. That motherfucker did not care. Also, I like that. So malicious. Also, so cute and marvelous. Like, it's like ripping the fucking frog of his throat. He's like, dragon. That's haunting.
We got him. We got him, guys.
That shook me to the core.
We got the bee.
You are crazy. Are you insane? Oh my god. I've never asked.
We got him.
Oh no. Call the manager right now.
We trapped the bee. And we're gonna let him out now.
So many of these have to be like poop and stuff. Look at the back. It's a plate full of cockroaches and shit. And it's like at the end, she's gonna eat it anyways the whole time. She's like, no. And she's sitting on a beach. I don't have respect for it, I guess is the thing. Objectively, it's the worst. It's the worst ad. Is it as brutal as seeing an innocent little dragon get shot on the boat? I don't think so. I do not think so. I think Dragon Farm Adventures has to win here. Dragon
We
Farm
saved
Adventures
him.
so far. I'm not gonna lie. There's been
We
some
saved the bee.
choice and chief almighty two hot women. Gosh, she's beautiful. King's choice.
We saved the bee.
Like, my God, she has a black baby. Is that the bit at the end? So she just decides to be a fucking whore and she wants to fuck a servant in the bush. That's not even the guy that gets her pregnant. Gives her some tea, does a couple of dance, and then there's a black baby. There's his dad.
All right.
Leaves her.
At the 2-hour mark. Almost.
Roller coaster is what that was. Listen,
I'm back.
Chief Almighty, surely this will not be racist, right? You have a baby hanging on a branch. Oh, there they go. Just making sure the beast or the kid. Oh, boo! He ate a shark? Wait, what? That does not correlate with the concept art. That's an interesting one. If he would have chose the beast over the baby would have drowned. It might have won. I don't know if that beats the racist game ad. Is how it feels to me. I don't think this even comes close to the racist ad. Unfortunately, the racist ad wins, and I hate to say it. I hate to be that guy, but the racist ad it wins. It won. The other ones are fat to fit and Hero Wars. All right. Her ass keeps getting bigger. You have to hold on to a drone. So you ass bump another person with another huge ass. You win. Wow. Look at that. Might as well watch the other game through. What makes this fun too is the more you eat, the faster you get. And that's fun. Oh, don't eat that broccoli. There you go. The drone aspect of this is so funny. I love just having the drone is so funny. Well, watch out for those fans. Don't get slid in that broccoli. That's a beautiful woman. Perfect. Look at that ass bump. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This is the first one, to be fair though, to show what I assume is the gameplay. And the other one is Hero Wars. What are the bugs on her body? Is he popping out of her belly button too? He's really beating the shit out of the buttons. Oh, and he failed, and you get to see her giant tits. These are both really bad. I think Hero Wars is probably the worst ad objectively. I had more fun watching just a woman's ass get larger, eating weird cheeseburgers and hopping onto a drone. The fat to fit thumb, I'm not gonna lie, that's into some fat shaming, which I don't like. style character and merge franchise. Let's take a look at Hustle Castle. So you go through castles, sexually assaulting women. You shoot two penis rockets at a girl, make her pregnant. The other girl you grab, kiss, and you just fucking hurl behind you. I don't know if that's how I would play that game, but Merge Mansion. Okay. Okay. Some of these have to do with pregnancies and babies. Have you noticed that? This art's great though. She's out cold. What? I need boys. So the mom stabbed holes in the condom, and the guy knew about it. She's pregnant, but he catches him cheating on her, so that she's in the freezing cold and moves into a spooky, dilapidated house, and then cleans it up. And that's your level. That's interesting, Nick. I'm not gonna lie, I was way more invested in the Merge Mansion versus Hustle Castle. Starting off your promo ad of poking holes in the condom that's pretty crazy. I'm gonna have to do Merge's Mansion. And for the last round here, Flying Gorilla or Project Makeover. I have high hopes for Flying Gorilla. I mean, this is quite the fucking game here. Okay, that was fun. That was about what I expected. I'm not gonna lie, and I wasn't disappointed. I'm not gonna lie. I could see myself playing Flying Gorilla. Project Makeover. What is she covered in? Project Makeover Mud Poop Girl gets makeover after seeing cheating wife. This is very progressive ad. Clean yourself up. She's so hot with his hairy legs.
Oh,
But I can't tell if it's just for the meme. Objectively, a girl covered in even the description. Project Makeover Mud Poop Girl gets makeover after seeing cheating wife. If I give it to Flying Gorilla, it's just for the meme. But really, it's nothing compared to Project Makeover is a more. I'm gonna have to give it to Project Makeover. Even though I know a lot of the comments are gonna be like Flying Gorilla should want the whole thing, but that's just because it's for the meme. I can't do that. I have to think objectively here, okay? That's the end of the first round. Emperor Beauties and Lily's Garden, which we do have other series of ads here, so let's see the ads.
Congratulations, Milo. Finally, we have a daughter. Really? Why she's back? I think you might need to ask her why. So, I can understand. I'll bring up her. Congratulations, Milo. This is incredible. Your daughter just white skin.
That's one of the most expensive things I've ever seen in my life. Also, at the pro, this ad is that they have voice acting with it too. Broken English voice acting. This might be one of the most irrehensibly evil ads I've ever seen in my life. That's gonna be hard for Lily's Garden to beat here. It's gotta go to Emperor and Beauties. May God have mercy on their soul. We're back up. It's Gallery Coloring Book and Dragon Farm Adventures. Let's check out the second ad for Gallery. Let's see here. Let's see what we can do. It's always a woman, like, left in an abandoned house to freeze to death. That's not gonna help, putting that block over that. Now you're gonna have smoking house, you're gonna fucking die. Okay, alright, what about the dragon one? Okay, so Dragon Farm does have a second one, let's see here. God! Jesus Christ! My fucking lord! God! Did you make a dick? You made a dick and balls with the drag. that didn't even register because of how extremely violent and fast-paced the beginning was. Just one hell of a shot again. My God. I mean, first off,
Okay, guys. Thanks so much for joining. I'm gonna end it here, but love you guys. I'll catch you next time. I'll be on later with some Ark. Okay, later, guys.